Hey folks, RKBA for life here. Now you might notice that we have ourselves a disassembled pistol right here, and this is not an accident, much as it might look like one. What this is, it's a Tanfoglio 10mm imported by EAA of Florida. You can see right there, it's kind of dim, but see the witness label, if I can get the camera to focus. So right here the gun is disassembled, so obviously not only is it safe, we can also discuss why this pistol is a little bit more than a clone. A lot of people like to say that this is a CZ clone, and while it's similar in construction to a CZ, it's very different too, in a very crucial singular way. We'll discuss it by looking at the sear housing right here. This right here is the little box, houses the ejector, it houses the sear, which is going to be this little edge. I can get this to focus. Might be a little tough to focus in there, but you can see that little part right there, that's the sear, and that's the sear spring. Okay, all of that is in this one little housing, and that housing is retained by the safety. Alright, now I'm switching the safety from the original low profile one, which came, actually it's a slide stop pin, switching from this low profile safety to this one, which is the extended one. You can just order these right off of EAA's website. Got a little bag right here, so they sell them for about $50, and you literally just take a single spring, move it over, slide this little part out, put the new safety in, and bada bing bada boom. So while I have it disassembled, I want to kind of show you how all this interacts. Now, it's a black frame pistol. It's stainless. It's like heat treated steel with a black finish, so this is going to be a bit hard to see. But basically, if you notice right there in that magazine well, there isn't a spring on the bottom, right? There's no mainspring cap or anything like that, like you would see on like a 1911 or Beretta or anything like that. That's because all of the hammer and sear interfaces happens with this little box right here. This piece, this assembly, is the firing pin block, the ejector, and the sear all in one unit, which means Tanfoglio can make a very ergonomic pistol even though it's chambered in a round, which in this case is a fairly long cartridge, right? So if you have a 10mm 45 38 Super, you're not looking at a pistol which has an ergonomic disaster really, because of that huge grip and then having that big spring in the back with the traditional hammer layout. With this gun, because everything is consolidated in this part, you have a much more ergonomic grip, because the only thing that you have to have in here is the magazine. That's it. That's the only thing that's in there. So if I took the grips off, you could just see the frame, and that would be it. And the other neat thing is you can service the pistol without having to even take the grips off the gun. Like right now, I could take the hammer spring out, and the hammer, by taking out that pin, tapping out that pin for the trigger, take that trigger bar out, and that'd be it. Like I could take the whole gun apart and not even touch the grips, which is pretty freaking cool, considering virtually every other pistol out there you'd have to knock out a pin on the bottom to work on it, just like a CZ, Beretta, and things like that. So that makes this gun actually a functional improvement over the traditional CZ. And another improvement they made was to the firing pin, which the firing pin block is a little bar that actually drops down. I don't know if we can get this to focus or not, but basically there's this little bar right here, drops down, okay, and when it drops down, the firing pin is allowed to hit the primer and fire the weapon. So definitely some improvements there, something that you need to consider when you're shopping for these guns, and I figured I'd offer this video just to throw a little more information out there. So definitely more than just a clone, and hopefully that helps you guys out that are curious. Leave your questions, comments in the boxes down below, and you guys have a good one. Safe shooting, good times.